Today happens to be St. Patrick's Day, this day that everybody celebrates and goes out and drinks green beer and eats, fatty foods. And most people, we know it's related to an Irish folk tale or an Irish saint, which is fine. St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland. Now, do people know what ire means? When you are irritated, it means anger. But in non physical form, it means heat or something that is being stirred up. Ire, identified reference of expression. So it means heat or growth or fermentation. So for that reason, St. Patty's Day is represented with the shamrock, which is the mother, the father, and the son, all three, the three that make one, in the shamrock. And it's represented by green, growth, and orange, fermentation. And why do so many people that are Irish have red hair and bad tempers? It resonates with their core. They come from the tree of thought, which happens to be Ireland. Anger land, or irritable land. It's not trying to say that in a bad way, because irrigation is when you spread it out and it grows and ferments and grows. Fermentation, form, or fire as in orange, and growth as in green, when it's grown from the ground. I mean, these things are so simple, but people don't want to be simple. They want to overcomplicate. Now, on top of that, being 317. Now, if you haven't seen, I've been talking about this for quite a long time. I remember it for lifetimes and lifetimes, but for most people, it's only 5.5, 6 years. But 317 is literally C, or the unseen concept, constant to itself, Q, on Q, 17, which is also actively generated and grouped. So in March, where something constant to itself is on Q or actively generating and grouping, why do you think that represents a day where growth starts happening? It's represented by green and orange, which are fire or fermentation, and growth or being grown. The heart chakra is green. The fire is desire, the desire to grow and ferment or to take form. And then green is what is being grown on the ground of mother in the center. Like, this is not hard, but since you may not have heard some of these things, you might go, well, that makes sense, but I'm not trying to mislead you. I'm trying to clarify as in-depth as I can without losing too many people, because they're not used to hearing somebody speak from their heart all the time. And like I've said, my heart will hurt when I see things being done wrong. And there is a wrong and a right in the world. So, being St. Patty's Day, the day of the unseen concept being on cue, where Father Patrick, or patron, the patron saint of Ireland, St. Patrick, where things start to take action. Patrick. Now, there's a difference between simple things like Patrick and Patricia. Patrick is the pat, paternal or potential active plus reference identified constant to itself, kinetic or actively active. Now, Patricia is potential active plus reference identified constant to itself that can identify an action. So Patricia is the female name because it's constant to itself that can identify an action. A separate IA. Then Patrick, being constant to itself, actively active, kinetic, of its kind. See what I'm saying? Patrick is a male name. Patricia is a female name. Now, you could choose to name either of them and call them Patty, or you could be not so odd, I guess, this day and age, but you could call a boy Patricia, and you could call a girl Patrick if you wanted to. But there's reasons we don't do that, because it doesn't sound right. Like I said, it's your sign, your shine, your sound, your zodiac sign. That is your original sin. It does align with every chakra and your sound. I can go into all of this stuff, but it's not interesting to me. I'm trying to help people live in the real world. And if they're ready, we can go to these higher levels of understanding. But since they're at the lowest level of understanding right now, letting people control their lives and tell them how to live when they're not using their own thinking, there is no way to move on to the higher lessons for anybody, because none of them have really taken the time to learn it. So that as soon as I see people talking about it and asking more, when it's not something that I've already talked about in one of the many, 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 many videos I've put out. And like I said, I'm not all about putting out videos. I'd rather sit and talk with you in person. And if that can't happen, video chat or telephone call. I offer that to everybody, every day, all the time, because I have no fear of the knowledge of God that I have, that I happen to contain within this body vessel that is named Daniel Jared Alexander. I have no fear of telling the truth to anybody. So whether people like it or not, which I don't understand why they wouldn't like somebody who wants to help them become better. But then there's people who's like, I don't care. That's on them. They do care. They care enough to be offended when someone tries to help them to say, I don't care. Of course you care. Or else you wouldn't be doing anything. You wouldn't be going out to make money if you didn't care about not going to jail. Like, I care. I care about people enough to do something that is against my own morals to the least degree of harm that I can do at this point in time in order to help other people and to keep myself out of a cell that a bastardized system that is really putting everybody into a state of slavery all the time in order to cooperate and stay out of a cell is the only reason I'm going against my own morals. Because yes, it's against my own morals. And yes, I know I'm good with God and I can do whatever, but I want to help more people. You aren't just an illusion out there. If you can touch and feel yourself, you're here, okay? You're physical. You're not just an illusion. You're not just a figment of my imagination. You're a form of the great imagination. You're a form of the all-knowing consciousness, but you're also a physical being, happening and being here with me. So I'm here to help you because I don't need help anymore, aside from if you'd like to assist me getting my message from God to other people so we can raise humanity to a better level of consciousness so we care about each other and animals and the nature that we live in and the environments in all of its shapes and forms. Yes, there are going to be negative and positive things, but we don't have to go out causing the negative things. Why not make more positive things? So, that's all I'm going to say. Till next time, peace and God bless.